Springtime here already, man. I tell you, I'm very excited that the breaking of the weather is here. All the beautiful birds are coming back from migration. All the beautiful flowers are starting to grow back. And man, it's a beautiful time of the year. And I'm so inspired that I want to go out there and try to capture as much springtime beauty as I can. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a very undesirable bird that really isn't very inspiring. It's not something that you really just go out and seek images of. But today, I'm going to try to capture beauty of this bird, and not just of this bird itself, but of its chicks. I'll show you what I mean. So here's my thought process. What I want to do is capture a series of images that really displays the beauty of spring. So I'm looking for things like colors, like the flowers that grow on the trees and the beautiful springtime flowers that sprout out during this time of the season. But with this particular outing, I am looking for wildlife and their younglings. I'm looking for the Canadian geese and their chicklings. That to me really defines spring, is just seeing new life sprout from the deadness that the winter brought us. You know, during the fall, all the leaves start to fall off the trees, and it gives us this sense of sleep. And in the wintertime, everything just seems cold and dead. But during the springtime, it seems like everything comes alive, and there's nothing that really displays that idea of life and new life than children. I'm looking for the Canadian geese and their chicklings. That's the goal today. That's the theme that I'm looking for this morning, and I'm hoping that I'm able to accomplish that goal. So I just packed up all my gear, and I'm going to search this park to see if I can find this beautiful family of geese. All right, let's get it done. I've started to wonder if I was a little too early in my prediction of whether these birds will be out here with their children. It's springtime, and generally the geese are out here with their little chicklings, and I'm wondering if I'm either too early or too late. I've searched half the park so far and I haven't found anything. I'm getting a little frustrated and a little nervous. More nervous than I am frustrated. I'm gonna keep searching and see if maybe I will find at least one family with a couple of little geese. That's all I need, just a couple of little geeses. Geese-eye or geeses, whatever. I hope they're out here. So I was fortunate enough to find a family of geese. I was really hoping that this time of the year they would be out. You know, it's springtime, as I said before, and generally speaking, right around this time of the year, a lot of the wildlife start to have their children. And I've seen these birds plenty of years, and right around this time they would have their young out. So I was trying to estimate right about when I thought they would be here. And, you know, I was glad that I was able to estimate correctly. But you know, I'm also glad that they're here, because it's very likely that they could have just not been here, and I would have just been a wasted trip. But fortunately, they are here. And so I'm set up, and I have a nice backdrop. At least I think I do. But, you know, it's just a nice area for me to be in. Now, when shooting wildlife, particularly Canadian geese, they're very territorial. They're very protective of their young. So I have to make sure that I keep my distance, because if I get too close, the parents will get protective, and it'll be a very bad day for me. So I have to make sure I keep my distance and respect their space. They have their children with them, and so I have to respect their space. I don't want to spook them, but I want to try to get close enough to where I can get some good shots too. So I have to try to find that balance. And so that's what I'm doing here, is that I'm trying to find the balance between having a good focal length so I can get some really good detailed shots and give them the space to where I don't spook them off. So far I think I'm doing a good job of it. They're still trying to avoid me a little bit, but at the same time they're still kind of staying within the area so I can get a good wide variety of shots. So let's see what we get out of this out of this photo session with these beautiful Canadian geese and their children. Mission accomplished. I was able to find a flock of Canadian geese and their chicks. I must say I was getting a little discouraged at first because as I was searching the park, I wasn't finding what I was looking for. I kept seeing a lot of Canadian geese, but I couldn't find any with their chicks. I was getting ready to give up, but right when I started to give up and pack it up, by God's grace, I was able to find a family of Canadian geese and was able to take advantage of the opportunity, and in doing so come across with some really good images. I hope you guys like the images that we were able to produce today, and if you do, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below and smash that like button and subscribe. We want to try to put out as many episodes as we can, taking you along with me on my journey as I try to capture images of God's glory right in our own backyard. I think we was able to accomplish that task today, and yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up. So you guys take care, God bless, and see you on the next episode.